Alright, Carter, what are we doing?
We're out here at 6:04 in the morning. Should be waiting on let's see, we're gonna try this for the first time. We should be waiting on MBEBE, which should have some units for the Illinois Rare Museum. Not sure if we missed them or not, but we're waiting. And 3008's coming, so we should be good for seeing both. But we're up super early and this sucks.
As you guys heard from me being half asleep, me and a railfan friend were waiting on this train. At this point in the morning, I had no idea whether this train went through or not, and I had no idea of the location. All I knew is that one of the two FT70s was having engine issues, so I figured they had not left Proviso. But anyways, here's an eastbound coal train, a nice catch on what otherwise is a normal Thursday morning, but would soon be to change.
There were a huge number of rumors of what could have happened when these units got into the Chicagoland area and how they were going to get to the West Chicago yard. First rumor being that they would get dropped in Rochelle and thrown on the MG3G3. Another one being that they just get dropped into West Chicago by NPPR, which of the few was probably the most unreasonable. And the third one, which was the true one, was they get dropped into Proviso, then just thrown onto MBEBE's consist that they had to pick up that night. The only other time that I was able to see one of these IRM moves was back in December of 2021, and the IRM was donated a Iowa Pacific E unit. I don't know if it was a E9 or what it was, but it was some sort of E unit. And this time they would have dropped him in the Rochelle yard and then taken him from Rochelle to West Chicago, and then have MBEB pick him up in West Chicago and then take him up to Union. And in today's scenario with these three units, which again was the Maersk unit, the Amtrak, and the BNSF SD70 Mac, they would still be in Proviso. I guess the power had some issues overnight, so they had a big delay, which meant the crew ran out of hours. So I would, at about this time, with G3 SKs passing, find out they were still Proviso, and I'd head home for a little bit. I'd go eat and clean up and come back out.
If you also recall from that little clip from this morning of me explaining everything, I said that 3008 was coming in. Here he is, leading a southbound mixed freight, and I'd make it back here just in time.
Oh no! No! There we go. Sorry. 3008.
This here is ZG2LT, domestic intermodal, and these trains have the highest priority, usually higher than Metro. I don't see this train too often just because he runs early, such as today. With these trains having such high priority, they typically tend to have a decent amount of horsepower, and today would be no exception. Here's the northbound waiting for a Metro. I didn't film the Metro, but this guy had to be M347 just based off the consist. From this point on, it was pretty much just train after train. Like, there was just a lot of action, and this morning was really getting fun. And there was this UP, he was waiting for the northbound M347. I believe this guy was either MNPCH or CBCH. I'm not sure on the symbol.
Got another northbound. I kind of just want these IRM units to show up because I'm hungry. And we gotta chase them. But I'll take it.
Up for this northbound, and this UP showed up. This had to be MMTYC, which is manifest from Marshalltown, Iowa to Yard Center in Dalton. Here we have what I believe is CNQ119 or Q199, and this guy would be crawling. And also, it was nice seeing a city road leader, but this guy took forever to get by.
Relaxing in the trunk. Relaxing in the trunk. Excuse me. Can't speak English and we got a Southbound coming. Yay! I'm a little lazy, guys. This should be a Southbound mixed freight with a CN leader and a city rail. Second. job. Should have the lights over the diamond right now, so that bottom left should be showing a flash of red. But he's coming. And then we'll hopefully get him at Southbound. We'll see. See him all the way down there? There's our prize right there. He's going like walking pace, so a lot of time. There's a Maersk down there. That's what I'm most interested in. We got the Mac and we should have an F40 on that. But I'm gonna get to my spot. So cool. Alright, we're gonna go chase this guy, depending on what route he takes. If he works the yard, we're chasing him, but if not, we'll head home and call it a day.
At this point, we knew that they were working the yard, and I had no idea how long they were going to be. So I figured we'd call it a day and leave it there. But I had to be in South Belgium, and the Belvidere and Freeport subs just happened to go in that town, and there would be one more train that I'd have to get.
Alright, so we're here. We found a spot. We have a heritage unit supposedly on the Freeport sub here. And what better spot to be at than right here where the Belvidere sub goes over the Freeport. I'm not sure if we'll get MBEBE or not, but we should get this heritage unit. It should be 1875 PL&E. So hopefully we get them. We should be seeing a headlight popping out of that corner any minute. There's a boy walking over there. And if we're lucky, we'll get this Belvidere job, but it really doesn't look like that's going to be happening. But we'll keep an eye out for him when we are driving home.
At this point, I had to go home because I had to get ready for work, and the BEBE was still working the West Chicago yard. But I still can't complain. This day really turned out to be a good time. I mean, we got 3008, the next city rail leader, of course the IRM units, and even 1875, which was a complete surprise. So I can't complain. Overall, this was a great day. I would be on the lookout for some more videos, as this has been a great summer for rail fanning, and since summer is coming to an end, I'm going to start looking at all the catches that I've caught and start posting them. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.